Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a dream that I dream of once in a lullaby. Yeah, why is Neo the only one who's fucking singing?
JNO, where's the beat?
Alright, y'all. What's up, everyone? It's JNO Podcast episode 38. Today, I got my guest stars, BillyTheKid, NioBorn2Drift, and Cage Bilson. And we're up in here. We literally just got back from doing karaoke for like a few hours. So that's why we're kind of sung out with the intro. You know, it wasn't as enthusiastic as it usually is. You know what I mean? We're like ready to go, but we already been singing for a few hours now and like just on stage and shit. So it was cool, you know, very fun. But today we have a new guest star, BillyTheKid. My coworker from work. if anyone's wondering. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Pretty good. How you been?
Good.
Like we haven't been hanging out the past 4 or 5 hours.
yeah. Trying to catch up with it after like 2 days.
Oh Lord, let me pour another shot to that.
Yeah.
Grab.
All right, so NorCal versus SoCal.
That's the topic.
Yeah.
What are we going like? Pros
I feel like I got a lot.
Are we gonna go like pros and cons?
I guess.
You guys.
Because I feel like I have a lot to fill in, right? I'm not like the encyclopedia, but it's like from my experience, I could give what I know.
I think for the let's go with the SoCal. Let's hear your SoCal experience first, because a lot of our like people that like watch our show already, like they already get like all that NorCal stuff, you know, because I've already had like a lot of guest stars like just talk about it. Which
Well,
nothing wrong with talking about it again, but
I'll give my perspective on NorCal being up here and how I see it. It's like completely different.
Yeah.
It's like because like in like SoCal, it's like everything is flat.
Like being a
Like
fish out of
legitimately, like there's no
Flat
hills.
Earth.
Yeah. Like there's no hills. Like everybody that wants to come out here and I guess you could say like be a tourist, it's like that's one concern they have is they don't know how to go up a hill.
yeah.
And it sounds stupid, but it's like you're driving and you're like you don't know how to do that, and it's like it takes some practice and like learning how to do it.
Yeah.
And then when I first came out here, I saw my first high-speed chase right down on Mission.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
Yeah, you can curse.
Oh,
Here.
yeah.
No, we don't give a fuck here.
No,
You're
fine.
I got limitations.
Because I don't know if you're keeping it
Yeah.
like pro. Or
No.
whatever.
I allow profanity
All
on here.
all
Certain things, but
So I was just
yeah.
like, what the fuck happens to the cop? I'm like, does he like fucking fly off and shit? Like, does he like like take speed and like becomes a spaceship and like catches a robber or something?
Yeah.
So like, because like it's still new to me to see them going uphill and like chasing after like somebody.
Yeah.
And
Like
over
a
there in
movie.
LA, it's like the only thing that goes uphill is the freeway. So it's like the 105, the 110, like 405, like stuff like that, and it's just like you're always like constantly like just on that as hill, and then like you basically just keep going like flat ground. I mean, I said not to say that everything's flat, but the majority is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the crazy part. Skid Row is completely different than the Tenderloin. In Skid Row, it's like the cops say that the person that goes into Skid Row has at least 3 days to get out of Skid Row, or else they're stuck there for many, many years. They like keep them like tied to drugs.
Yeah, I was watching like
abuse
documentaries
them.
about that too. It's like pretty sad. Like,
Yeah,
some
and like
people's
seeing it
stories
up
and stuff.
front in person and being jacked there, it's like it's a completely different experience than you see on the news. Because you see homeless people walking around with knives. They try to assault you. They try to jump into your cars. They're literally like just doing meth on the streets. Like over here, like it'd be like fentanyl.
Yeah.
But over there, like is the meth like problem is like severe. That I saw recently in the news that they were giving out government funded meth pipes. So
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they've been doing those type of programs. Even out here, I think they had this thing out here where like they were giving people like clean needles to use.
Yeah.
But personally, in my opinion, I just feel like all that does is just prolong all the usage.
And the
Because
suffering.
it, like, in a way, even though you are making it more healthy for them to do what they're doing, you're also supporting it in the way. You know, you're not trying to stop it. You're just trying to enabling it, even though it is topsy-turvy, because you're trying to make it so they don't catch anything. You know, you care about their health, but like you're also giving it to them too at the same time. So it's like, you know, it's very contradicting in like that way. Cheers.
Yeah. No, and then when I came out here, my first job was to actually like clean out freeways and homeless encampments. So I was able to go inside of those.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Inside of those places where I'd see like
you were wearing like boots, right? Stuff like that. You gotta make sure you don't get
I was
cut,
wearing boots.
like
I was like literally like making sure that I wasn't grabbing stuff like off the floor that had needles. I had to use like a picker, and I had to make sure that like everything that I looked at on the floor was like 100% safe. It wasn't, but as best as I could, because sometimes like I check my shoes and see like if I didn't take home a needle or something. You know, and like I grab it with my hand like as I'm like taking off my shoe. Yeah. It's just like basically like I could get like stuck with it.
It's crazy like how easy like diseases are susceptible. You know, all it takes is or like blood related disease like STDs and stuff, because all it takes
one wrong move.
kind of and it's like easy for it to enter your bloodstream, just a cut. You know what I mean? Just to get into like your blood, and that's all it takes. Yeah. You already have it, just like that. I remember when I was younger, because I learned about that in like middle school. I told one of my friends, I started fucking like freaking the fuck out after that. It's like I was like, you can just catch AIDS just like that. He's like, ah. Then he's like, yeah, how like careful wherever he goes from like now on. You know what I mean? Like whatever he touches and shit like that. And I'm like, bruh, you know, I was joking, but at the same time, like, you know, it's his life. You know, like you just got to be careful and stuff. But
crazy.
Oh Lord, take a shot. Oh, let's go.
Cheers.
Ooh. Ooh. No chase.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people do chase.
Smooth.
But yeah. Smooth. Do say.
The other thing I guess that I noticed is that we have a street over there that's called Figueroa. Yeah. It comes out in a lot of movies.
Yeah. Figueroa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing it.
You're getting a whimsical Christmas.
Figgy.
Yeah.
Like that. They usually like a lot of people like call it Figgy, Figueroa, Figaro. So it's like it's known for prostitution.
Yeah.
So it's, from what I remember, it's like 3 miles of like prostitution.
Yeah.
And it's like so deep that when I used to hang out there, I used to like just go and I park there, and there'd be like a lot of like messed up stuff, like human trafficking. There'd be like prostitution in front of schools. There'd be prostitution in front of kids. Like literally like a whole bunch of like savage stuff, and nobody would give a fuck. So the cops would stroll by and they just literally stare at everything, and there'd be like a lot of accidents. There'd be people losing their lives for no fucking reason. Basically just being in the middle of the whole mess. And like going into the liquor stores, like out there, it's like every other corner has like a fucking liquor store. And out here in like in the Bay Area, it's like, for me, it's like when I notice them, it's like I feel like it's a lot more hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, like out there, it's like out on display. Like what you guys have for sex out here is like a lot more on display than it is over there, because I feel like LA is conservative on the sexual side. You know, and it's like when I came out here, it's like Cap Street is like, it's like pretty tame in comparison to like Figueroa.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree with that, because I was watching like documentaries about that too, Figueroa Street and stuff like that, like everything going on there, and it's like, yeah, it's hella wild. Wild. Just like hearing all the stories and stuff like that.
So when I'd walk into like the liquor stores and stuff, the prostitutes would be inside, and then they'd be like, basically, who knows what type of under the table shit they'd be doing, but it's a
well, a lot of them I heard they have like pimps.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that, right? For the most
part, they drive around in their little limos and shit, and they park around. But see, they come in like fancy ass cars and they park around the neighborhood, or some of them Uber from some other part of the town. Yeah. So, because I parked there long enough to know like how, like, I wouldn't say like I know like everything about it, but I've seen it enough that they don't come in just like, you know, randomly. But it's almost like, because I would sit there for sometimes like hours and like whatever, especially like coming off of work, and I was just like, fuck, nobody's doing anything. You can't go to City Hall because everything's messed up, and the criminals, like, they also like break like the street lights and shit because they don't want like people seeing like what's going on, like either drug distribution or like some other stuff. And it's like I was watching a documentary saying that like some of the gangs that control the area, so certain streets the prostitutes don't even go on there because they get beat up. So it's like it's a mess of that and a mess of like prostitution. And then pretty much like the tourist areas are also dangerous in some places. I guess for the locals it isn't, but as far as the tourists go, it's like you just gotta know. It's like what schemes are they going on? Like basically like scams and like stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I mean it's the same. It's the same way out here in NorCal. Like for instance, if you leave something in your fucking car, and you park it.
Yeah, it gets broken into.
Dolores Park or somewhere in the city.
By Castro.
More than likely, someone's gonna break into it in broad fucking daylight. And they don't care. They don't care who's recording or whatever. They'll wear a fucking ski mask. And just fucking be done with it already. So it's like, you know, we're like relatable. Like every city has like its own problems in that regard. But I like Figueroa Street stuff. Like I was watching documentaries on it. Like I don't know if you ever heard of that one YouTube channel. I forgot what it's called. It's by this photographer named Mark. But he basically does. I think it started with like White. What's it called? White something. It's basically where they tell like stories like from the street and stuff like that, and get like first account from like people who are like are prostitutes or are pimps or are gangsters or you know like that whole thing. And it was just interesting to just hear like people's stories from like a camera, you know, just like telling their own like side of it and stuff. But shit's pretty rough.
And some of the women get beat up, they get extorted, they get like,
a lot of prostitutes that have like pimps and stuff, they don't even own any of their money.
Not even just that, because there's a lot of gangs that like roll through the neighborhood and they start like hitting up the girls. They start harassing them. They start like basically like almost like they like try to like grab them and stuff and be like, oh, you're mine now today. You know what I mean? It's like I pay for you. You're my object. Like they don't even care that it's a human being anymore. Like it literally just becomes like you're just usable. It's like you're no longer human. And it's like that's how depraved it gets over there. It's like. And some people like they have sex and then run away like basically without paying, and it's like it gets like crazy because it's like, well, what can you do? Yeah,
that's just fucking sad, man.
Yeah. Shit. The other thing I haven't seen out here is like the SWAT, because where I live is like the Compton area. So when I was growing up, there's a lot of drive-bys, and you see a lot of lowriders, and before like school shootings and stuff like that, we would be trained to essentially like duck behind cars, and we would have that mentality of like knowing how to like duck and drop. And I remember like when we would come out of like recess and stuff like that, like there would be like drive-bys happening, and they'd put the school on lockdown, and there'd be helicopters everywhere. It's also another thing that I don't notice in NorCal is maybe like the whole like the way that like San Francisco's like elevated. Maybe that might have something to do with it.
I can't really speak in terms of that because I grew up like near Sacramento for like a good portion of my life, and then like halfway through high school is when I moved to like the Bay, and then that's when I got that culture because like that culture in Sac is different than living out here in the Bay Area.
But there's like helicopters out there in Sac.
We never had anything like that.
No.
At all. But I also went to like a pretty nice school too and stuff like that, so I can't like really, you know what I mean? Like compare it to like anything.
It was common where I was like living in Compton because it's like almost every other night there'd be some bullshit where like the sheriffs would come out and then they would say like, we're gonna bring out the dogs, like you better like basically like turn yourself in, like you're gonna get caught, and over the loudspeaker, and so you wouldn't be able to sleep at night because you'd just be hearing that thing like going off, the ghetto bird.
Yeah.
And then you have the light shining on your house and everything, and there'd be like either the cops like breaking into a house trying to get the guy or a girl.
Like NWA.
Yeah, basically.
You've seen Straight Outta Compton, right? Yeah, everyone's seen that movie. Yeah.
So all that shit was like basically like what I was growing up with, and then before like I came here, there was still a lot of that stuff going on. One of the most recent posts where I used to live in that area was that they basically like. They killed somebody and they set the body on fire, like right at the metro station. It's like basically, I think it was in broad daylight. They didn't give a fuck. They were just like whatever. And another one was I had um, I had just come home from work and the street was closed down, and I didn't know that they were serving a warrant for this woman that literally killed her husband, and she was like hiding in the stove. I don't know how the fuck she got in the stove, but these are like kind of like the
pretty
things.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did
like the
hide in the
oven?
stove. Yeah, in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Some people
LAPD
can
was
say-
there. The LAPD was serving the warrant. So I was just like, LAPD? I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
You grew up in LA all your life, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody thinks that LAPD is the entire thing. But you have LAPD, Sheriff, Culver PD, you have Culver City, and then Torrance, Gardena, Long Beach Police Department. So it's like different like sections.
All like separate stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but Sheriff's is like all the unincorporated area.
Yeah.
So they're a little more brutal than the other, like I guess you could say like private.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like stuff like that. And over here it's like all I see is like SFPD. So it's like dealing with the cops
Yeah.
out here, they're a lot more like relaxed than they are out there in LA.
Well, speaking from like our side, like SFPD, like yeah, they're lax, but when you come down to like Daly City, like
Oh, yeah.
South City and Colma, Pacifica, you're gonna get like a different attitude.
Yeah.
In terms of like they're not as lax, like they're pretty, which may show as to like why you see kind of like a lot of crazy shit in SF.
And then over
Because
here.
PD's relaxed, but then here it's like they're like more strict, so you don't see as like wild shit going on. I mean, there's still wild shit going on, but like not as much in terms of like what you see and stuff like that. But yeah, just those different like lifestyles and stuff. Yeah, it's just sad to just hear those stories. You know, it can help like feel for, like people that are. That's why this. I'm grateful for every day on this earth. You know what I mean? That type of like mentality and stuff. And like I'll just being real with you. Like I grew up like pretty. I grew up well. I wouldn't say like. I guess privileged. You know what I mean? Because I had like my family in my life and stuff like that. But I just had like a good upbringing and stuff like that. And there's like a lot to just be grateful for my current situation.
Yeah.
So, just like those type of things. Pour no shots of that.
Yeah.
Little happy.
More.
Little happy.
The other thing,
Those type of things.
I guess, like, switching it kind of, like, food related, there's a lot more, like, restaurants out there
Yeah.
than there is out here. Like, out here, it seems kind of like a special thing, like, going to, like, In-N-Out or something. It's, like, over there, like, you have a few of them, like, in different places. And then you have Orange County, which is on the other side.
What's your favorite type of food?
Me? Pizza.
Hey.
Pizza?
Yeah.
like the authentic pizza.
Not
like,
the authentic.
Or like you like Domino's.
I could go scummy with, like, Little Caesars.
Here we go.
Or, like, Costco, you know? It's like,
Here we go.
I'm not
How about you
picky.
guys? I don't think I've ever asked on the podcast. What's your favorite food?
Oh man, you've asked the question of. You've asked the mother load of questions here.
That's why I say, like,
You've asked the mother
Yeah.
of all questions here.
But what is it though? You didn't even answer it.
We don't have a particular one.
Pizza.
Well, I'm not.
It's like anyone calls the food, we're like, alright, we'll go there.
You don't have a favorite type of food?
pizza.
Like, I swear, if you say pizza, I'm
I
out of
guess you
test
could
right
say,
now.
I mean,
'Cause all three guys
I
say
have
pizza.
nothing in particular.
Really?
Yeah.
what's a
Not
recurring
nos.
food you revisit?
I think for me, it's Japanese food.
Hey, yeah.
I tend to really,
Sushi rolls.
which is kind of crazy from like a Filipino guy saying that shit because like historically speaking, we kind of
Yeah,
got fucked over. But
Oh, yeah,
we'll
that's
just
true.
gloss over that. But
But as long
like,
as that's Japanese pizza,
huh?
Japanese.
Japanese pizza, sushi pizza.
huh?
I like
probably a
Japanese
thing.
food. Like I like but I see like I'm Americanized though. Like that
Me too.
fucking. I mean we're all Americanized, but I think I just like that the fucking bento box. You know what I mean? Like just get that fucking tempura and like
Oh, man.
California roll.
Yeah,
Tempura California roll. I love the salad. I
ever-
love the soup.
Like you ever
Some people
try,
don't like that shit. I love fucking the salads. You know what I mean?
You've ever tried any of the like other rolls, like Dragon Roll or Dynamite
Yeah, I have.
Roll?
They're cool, but they
Dynamite
don't really
rolls are
come with the bento boxes when I order
Carver.
Japanese restaurants. Like, I just gotta get
Then
California
there's the
rolls.
Niner. Then there's the Niner.
And then I like
roll.
chicken or beef teriyaki.
You
So
ever tried the fried or deep fried California rolls?
one time, that was
Yeah.
cool.
I love them.
Every place is different, you know. But bento box like always the same.
Go to.
After that, it's just fucking burgers.
It's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, burgers. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
burgers.
I love In-N-Out. In fact, actually, I haven't had In-N-Out in a minute.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
being real, but like I had Five Guys. But that's just expensive though. I was having this whole fucking thing, bro,
It's
about that
gourmet,
shit because
man.
it's like
It's
it's
so good,
expensive,
though.
but people say that Five Guys is like the same shit as In-N-Out, except the difference is In-N-Out is
Cardboard.
you don't like In-N-Out?
No, it has like a funky taste. Cause I mean, it's because it's so common.
Well, there
in
goes my
SoCal.
In-N-Out sponsorship. Just like throw it out the window right there. Like
Here comes
Smack
your
that
Five
shit.
Guys.
they fucking email me. Who the fuck is this Billy the Kid guy? I don't fucking like this guy.
Here comes
Yeah.
Five Guys.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine. No,
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Like-
I guess it's like in SoCal it's like common. In
Yeah.
and out, so it's like you could just drive wherever you want to go
Yeah.
pick it up.
How many are out there in LA? Hella?
Well, nah.
Wait, where did In-N-Out? It started in Cali. I know that for sure. Was it in LA? SoCal?
I don't know for sure.
I don't remember.
I gotta look it up. I should probably look that up.
Yeah.
I think Taco Bell was L.A.
Yeah. Yeah. But now they all have the same owner now. Taco Bell, KFC, all of them. That's why you always see them like
they're all
conjoin
under-
fucking
they're
Pizza
under,
Hut.
Pepsi, right? Yeah.
I don't know who
the
the
other
owners.
thing that's common over there is there's a lot of like plazas.
Pepsi.
So it's like literally like little like, I guess you could say like little shops that surround each other that kind of have the same consistent like theme. Subway, this, that, and like
Yeah.
Ross, Michaels.
Yeah. Michaels. I only say that because he used to work at Michaels.
Yeah.
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 So I was looking at him. He's like, he got his PTSD.
They never hired me.
Michaels.
They were like,
Are you
"Oh,
flying to the Michaels over here?
No, not this one, but over there in LA, they were.
So you can use Neo as a reference.
Still, McDonald's wouldn't even fucking hire me over there. Like I applied so many times at McDonald's, and they were like,
Well,
"Oh."
guess what, bruh? You
It's
and
only
I
for
work at
immigrants.
fucking Target right now, and you know we're making more money than fucking McDonald's workers. I think McDonald's, they be paying just minimum wage out here. It's like $16, $17 an
funny.
hour.
Yeah.
You know, funny you mentioned McDonald's because like near your Target is actually where actually a McDonald's used to be there years ago. I remember because Mom would take me there as a
It's
kid.
still there now.
No, it used to be there in the mall. I mean,
Oh, inside. Oh, I
Yeah,
know what
where
you're
the
talking
Cinnabon-
about.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
there
where
used to
the
be a
Cinnabon is.
McDonald's inside the ceremony.
yeah, like it's where the
Yeah.
Cinnabon is.
Yeah.
In the
No.
mall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
inside of it before. I
Yeah,
remember
we
when I
lost
was a little
Cinnabon.
kid
And
too.
85 Degree Bakery, that used to be a Taco Bell.
Damn,
Yeah.
I wish Taco Bell was still
So
there.
Shit.
the three of you grew up here.
Oh no, they
Yeah,
did.
Tyler
I
did.
didn't.
yeah.
I grew up north, but I was back and forth a lot. Yeah,
But you would say like your childhood was still part of this.
a part of it, not entirely, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was here. I was here. I was here when I visited my grandparents and stuff like that. That type of shit. So it'd just be like on occasion, pretty much, and then I would just be out here. I remember every time I would visit out here, everything was like the way when you moved here and you're still like just finding your way around. Like I'd just be fucking confused. Like where the fuck am I? Like cause I like come from like a fucking rural kind of like suburb like lifestyle coming to like a city. It's just like where the fuck am I right now? Like I don't know where the fuck. Especially when I was young, I just see all the Daly City trees and like SF and stuff like that. I just be fucking lost. Like I don't know where the hell I am right now. Yeah.
I think also the other thing about like SoCal is like people consider us like rude, like more than NorCal.
Really?
Yeah.
I never got that.
Yeah, I never got that vibe at all whenever I was in LA.
But I also don't have as many LA friends. I've had a few friends I grew up with, but they moved to LA.
I was barely ever in SoCal, so.
Last time I was in LA, I was at Disneyland and I was drinking.
Yeah. But that's not LA. That's Orange County.
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
right.
that's how fucking far out I am. That's not LA.
Yeah, no. I always have to tell people I'm like that's Orange County.
I want to go to Pink's Hot Dogs again.
Pink's Hot Dogs?
Yeah, that's like the famous hot dog spot or hot dog joint down in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Fairfax. I
Yep.
think. from what I remember.
Is there more than one, or is there just that one?
When's last time you? What were you doing in LA
There was like
last
one
time?
in Knott's Berry Farm that
It's
popped up,
Disneyland.
and then that one
Before
in,
that.
Hollywood. I think it's Hollywood.
Okay.
And then I think there's like 3 somewhere around there.
I guess we might as well give out restaurant recommendations since he's literally
So I don't
kind of
remember.
new here. Oh well, he's probably heard them.
Which ones?
Okay, Dave's Hot Chicken. It's like literally 2 doors down from your Target.
Never been there.
Or not Dave's Hot Chicken, sorry, Burning Mouth.
Oh yeah, that one.
Never been there.
Oh.
I thought it was Dave's Fried Chicken.
No, no, that's a different chicken joint. I follow them on Instagram, funny enough. But yeah, it's like it's like a couple doors down from Target. Or like it's a couple way down from Target, like next to the
And it's that dessert place.
Yeah, it's next to that dessert place. It's alright. It's pretty good.
I feel like anyone listening
You
to
got
this right
like-
now is like, what the fuck is going on with this conversation? Cheers. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to go ahead and cut out now. I hope you guys found this episode pretty informative. Right on to our new guest star, Billy the Kid.
Thank
No,
you for
honestly,
having me.
bro, I think you're like our first person.
Oh.